Final score, Wrexham 3, Pontypridd United 2. And, when Saturday doesn't go that well, there's always a good chance that the Sunday team's going to make you feel better. This was a barnstorming game. And I've got to say something about Pontypridd first. They've only got 1 point. They're 10 points adrift at the bottom of the table. But they've had a change of manager, and since then, they are a completely different team. And I'll be watching out for their results in the second phase of the season. It would be an absolute miracle if they survive. But the way they've played lately, you never know. They certainly gave us a fright. If we'd played them earlier in the season at the racecourse, we'd already won 3-0 there. I suspect we'd have given them a good hiding. But this Pontypridd side is serious. Their last 2 games, they lost 2-1 to Swansea, but they were winning at half-time, and lost 2-1 to Cardiff. That's not bad, is it? We know. And they've followed it up, having played the top 2 teams. They're playing a third team, and again, only losing by 1 goal, and a late one at that. They deserved a lot of credit for the way that they played, and they turned this match into an absolute corker. Wrexham started off resting Amber Lightfoot down onto the bench and letting Rebecca Pritchard start in a more familiar wide right attacking position. Wrexham gave Erin Lovitz a start at right back, interestingly, with Phoebe Davies at left back. Often we've seen them play the other way around. And Wrexham started strongly and went close on a couple of early occasions. Firstly, a really nicely worked short corner. Lily Jones took the corner, got it back, and from an improved angle, swept a ball in, which hit the bar with the keeper unable to get near it and bounced clear. Another opportunity again came with Lily Jones, who was continuing to play in a more advanced midfield position, looking to link with Rosie Hughes. In this case, that was exactly what she did. She got the ball on the edge of the area, right-hand side, powered through past the fullback. Good pullback to Hughes 8 yards out, but she mishit it under pressure from Hindmarsh, and the chance was gone. Hindmarsh was a really physical, impressive presence in the heart of Pontypridd's defence, and she was very physical with Hughes. Not saying she crossed the line, but she did really well at stepping in when the ball was played up to Hughes and looking to knock her off balance. It was a good scrap between those two, a scrap which Hindmarsh was on top of for much of the time, but which Rosie Hughes ultimately won decisively, not just in terms of their battle, but also in terms of the game. The keeper, Wojcicka, was very impressive, and she had her own duel with Hughes, and she started off her terrific performance in the 19th minute with an excellent double save. Cara Jones cutting in from the left-hand side, driving in a shot. Wojcicka did well to get her hands to it. It dropped, and it looked like it was going to drop for Hughes to tap into an empty net, but it just fell the wrong side of Wojcicka. I'm not sure she actually got a deliberate touch just to deflect the ball away from Hughes. There was a scramble. The ball came out, and Cara Jones, who'd followed her shot in, had another go from 10 yards, and Wojcicka did really well to parry that as well. So Wrexham really starting to pour on the pressure. We also, and how's this for irony, nearly got a goal direct from a corner after what Elliot Watt did to us the day before. Lily Jones sweeping the ball in and hitting the bar for the second time in the match. Not the last time Wrexham would hit the Pontypridd bar either, and it bounced away to safety. However, Pontypridd weren't just sitting in their box and getting batters. They were coming out and looking to play. Turner up front was looking really nice, sort of second striker, dropping off, sometimes having to drop deep and leaving the other striker isolated, but she was looking technical and her vision was good, and she was looking threatening. Priest Jones, the other striker who'd scored against Cardiff and Swansea, was quick and looking to get in behind, and there was decent balance on the wings as well. Atwood down one side, Gunny down the other. In midfield, Williams was an impressive, strong figure alongside Payne. So they had players who were able to get the ball down and pass, and they had little spells. And then the key one came, it started around the 34th minute when Morgan underhit a clearance, Williams intercepted, and from 30 yards out tried to put it over the stranded goalkeeper, just put too much on it. But Pontypridd continued to pen Wrexham in from that point, started to get their full-backs coming up in support, and Wrexham struggled for the first time in the game to really get out of their half. Another very close thing 2 minutes later. a corner swept in. Atwood, oh, beg your pardon, Atwood wafted a volley towards goal from about 15 yards out. It was looked certain to be a goal at first because Payne attacked it and looked like she had an open goal tap in. Davis was on the near post, though. Phoebe Davis made a brilliant tackle to deny her. And then immediately another one under the bar to deny Broad. The ball span back out. Gunny drove it back in, and Morgan did really well diving to her left to push the ball around the post for a corner. Wrexham incredibly relieved, a triple let-off, but it wouldn't be a let-off for long because the corner came in. TJ Dickens got it well at the near post and headed it clear, but Payne at the edge of the area made contact really well with their left foot and put it into the top right corner, and Wrexham were behind. A bit of a shock to be behind to a team stranded at the bottom of the table with our superb home record, but that was the case. We responded very well to it, though. We went tearing forwards. Cara Jones had a shout for a penalty when she appeared to be pulled down on the edge of the 6-yard box with just to keep it to beat. Referee waved it on, but Wrexham got the breakthrough in the 41st minute. Started off with Phoebe Davis again doing really well in midfield, hooking the ball forwards instinctively for Cara Jones. She linked well with Lily Jones. Lily Jones eventually clipping the ball into the box. And then the key thing to record about what happened next was that Lucy Jones, the left back for Pontypridd, stepped up too late. The rest of the back four had stepped up. Hughes looked offside to the naked eye. I certainly didn't celebrate the goal because I thought, right, the flag's going to go up. But it didn't. And having looked at the replays correctly, really good decision by the linesman. And Hughes, one-on-one with Wojtyła, took a nice little touch to nudge it to her left. And as Wojtyła got out and made herself big, dinked it delicately over her, back the way it came. And Wrexham had the equaliser. And Hughes, thankfully, had her first goal in quite a while. She hasn't been able to score since that injury she picked up. And she hasn't quite looked herself. But this was vintage Hughes' finish, and there was more to come. Wrexham could have been ahead by the break as well, as Hughes once more looked dangerous, driving down the left side of the box, cutting inside, and from a tight angle. I mean, Wojtyła was an excellent keeper. She wasn't the tallest, and Hughes just tried to side foot it under the bar. Wojtyła somehow got her fingertips, a brilliant save, touched it onto the bar, and the ball bounced clear. So Wrexham finishing the half extremely strongly, and we're hoping, obviously, to maintain that momentum into the second half. But they didn't. Pontypridd started the second half very, very well. A few sort of half chances around the box. And then the best opportunity they had, Priest Jones driving down the left side just as Hughes had. She tried to beat Morgan at the near post, though, and the ball hit the side netting. Wrexham recognised that things weren't quite going right, and Pritchard had taken quite a heavy knock as well. So they brought her off and brought Amber Lightfoot in, a crucial in substitution, because Lightfoot would have a massive impact on the last half hour of the game. Interestingly, playing on the right rather than her usual left, of Cara Jones staying out on the left. Normally she's on the right. However, although Lightfoot was immediately having a really good duel with the left back Ruby Jones, in the 68th minute, Wrexham went behind again. Free kick about 25 yards out, beautifully stuck by Turner. Morgan stretched, couldn't reach, and it went under the bar, and Wrexham had to fight back. And soon afterwards, they lost their captain as well, almost, in fact, instantly after the goal. Karen Allen having to come off, and Ruby Jones coming on. And Wrexham, again, had a mountain to climb. But Lightfoot was really starting to trouble Ruby Jones, who'd looked a good fullback. They had a hell of a duel, but as time went on, Lightfoot was beating her more and more often. She was a great outball, and she was really stretching play, making good runs into the box, providing good service into the box. Jones got substituted, but by then, Wrexham had pulled level. 15 minutes left. Great burst down the right-hand side, and the ball pulled in by Lightfoot. By Hughes. Lily Jones arrives in the centre of the box and strikes it cleanly, but Wojtyła makes a good save. It spins back out. Cara Jones coming in from the left flank. Well, hit it. Defender from close range manages to get a block, but Jones rides the contact, takes the ball in her body and slams it into the empty net. An ugly goal, But who cares? Wrexham level with 15 minutes left, and then just started to try and put more and more pressure on. Lovett with the ball over the top, puts Hughes one-on-one with the keeper. She lobs the goalie as Wojcicka comes out, but puts it wide of the right post. Wrexham start to load up some more attacking quality. Suckley comes on for Cara Jones, and Mackenzie comes on for TJ Dickens with 8 minutes left. Wrexham really pushing on. Lily Jones dropping off into the double pivot, but still looking to press on. And then in the 85th minute, nearly the winner. The ball played forwards brilliantly by Suckley, who dropped off deep, as she often does, turned and clipped a great ball to Hughes, who drove down the right-hand side and from a tight angle drove in a powerful shot, which again Wojcicka did well to save. Lightfooted made a nice run inside Hughes, and maybe a pullback would have been a better offer, but Hughes was on the prowl now. She wanted to get the decisive moment, and in the 89th minute she did. Lily Jones doing absolutely brilliantly. A fabulous ball over the top, which sent Hughes clear on goal. Pardon me. The goalkeeper, again, had to come out, but couldn't quite make it. And Hughes did ever so well to go round her. It was a tight angle on the right-hand side of the box. And then as she lost her balance, coolly slide the ball in. Suckley continued to threaten and might have had a goal herself when she broke down the left-hand side. The goalkeeper, racing out, managed to get there pretty much the same time as Suckley and get a tackle and knock it off her for a goal kick. And then Suckley again doing well, picking the ball up in midfield in the 90th minute, clipping another typical pass over the top. Hughes with terrific pace, tearing past Hindmarsh. But again, Wojcicka really quick off the line, lunged in outside the box and was able to tackle Hughes and knock the ball away. Wrexham looked good on the break as Pontypridd pushed forward and added time and ended up the winners in what was an excellent game, which both sides should take a lot of credit for. And like I said, Pontypridd, they've only got 1 point, but they are a lot better than that suggests. Looking through the team performances, well, Del Morgan made that great save to her left in the first half. Will probably be a little disappointed. Obviously, any keeper would be beaten at distance from the kick, but was solid, completely solid otherwise. The back four, well, Phoebe Davis is just very, very consistent, and you see those qualities that she's got very, very regularly. I mean, the strong tackling I bang on about a lot, but her passing coming forwards is good. And especially, I think, when she plays on the left, because she can be an inverted fullback, come a little bit inside, and her instincts and the weight of her passing is really impressive. So she had another very, very good game. I guess I should say Rosie Hughes is the player of the match, as she won the match with 2 goals. Although I've got to say otherwise, I'd say Erin Lovett, who completed her first 90 minutes since she got injured in October, and was really made a number of excellent interventions, strong tackles, bringing the ball forward, some nice passes into midfield as well. A brilliant first 90 in a while for her. Karen Allen looked good, as always, was bringing the ball forwards well, was physical and strong till she got the knock. Casey Sharp alongside her had another of those undemonstrative, strong performances. She's just so steady, dealt with everything that came into her area of the pitch, and had a really impressive game. When Ruby Jones came on, with half of the second half left, like I said, first proper extended chance for her to show what she can do in the first team, and she did ever so well. She's strong at the back, and she brings the ball forwards, plays the ball forwards well with power. She can strike the ball really cleanly, and it was pleasing to see her follow on from the sort of form she showed when she had more chances in the first team last season. In midfield, TJ Dickens was again a strong presence, had some good moments alongside her. Mary Gibbard again, sorry, just using her height to win headers, just nipping them with interceptions. She's the best for old fogies like me, a bit of a Mel Sutton in that she just works all the time. Sometimes doesn't do the spectacular things, but does the things that make a team tick and keep their shape. Lily Jones, playing off the striker, did really well, and did very well when she dropped off as well. Always threatening, looking to play balls into the box. The 2 wide players, with Cara Jones on the left, excellent. Like I said, I'm used to seeing her cut in from the right, or she can cut in from the left as well. Did well with the goal. And on the right-hand side, Pritchard's had a solid game, put some good balls in. That knock, though, I think necessitated her coming off, which was a shame. It allowed Lightfoot to come on, and she made a huge difference to the match with her energy and effervescence and willingness to run at the fullback. And then Rosie Hughes, like I say, has to be the player of the match because she took those 2 goals so well and was a constant threat. Wrexham have got to be very, very happy with that. We didn't move the ball quickly enough out the back, if I'm honest, but we still were able to create chances. And I think the more snappy we are, the more difficult we'll be to live with. So the last game of the first phase of the season is next Sunday at home to Cardiff Met. And then after a couple of weeks break, it's the Welsh Cup semi-final at Flint against TNS before the final phase begins against Cardiff, Swansea and either Aberystwyth or TNS. Exciting times for the women's team. And I tell you what, get down to the Rock on a Sunday afternoon, you'll tend to get excitement. 5 goals in this match and some really gritty and heroic performances and an opposition to admire as well. What more could you ask for? With the final score of Wrexham 3, Pontypridd United 2, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.